Yo guys, Adempting here, back with another video, and in today's video we have Thornden School exposed. But before we get there, the channel recently hit 500 subscribers, so subscribe, turn on post notifications so the channel can grow and hit the next milestone, and if you want to see part 2 or have any video suggestions, put them in the comments. Anyway, enough of the intro, let's get into it. So guys, the first reason is that they've took the doors off every toilet apart from the tech toilets. Surely we should have privacy in the toilets and not have people looking in to see us. Also, just to note, this is a picture of a Thornden School Language Department boys' toilets. Their tragic excuse, however, is that because of vandalism and damage. However, in this picture of a Thornden toilet, do you see any damage? Well, because if you look, I surely don't. And even if there was vandalism and damage, what gives the school the right to remove doors and at the same time removing our privacy? Is this even allowed, considering people should have privacy in a toilet? Even the female toilets have had this happen to them. And this just doesn't get any worse. It just isn't one toilet, it's every toilet in the school apart from one. There are some dodgy toilets, so dodgy teachers, so of course it wouldn't surprise me if they wanted the doors gone. As well as this, if they had enough money to buy useless gender neutral toilets that nobody uses, which cost thousands of pounds, then I think they have enough money to fix any vandalism and damage and graffiti, which will cost a fraction of the cost. Next time they will probably put cameras in the toilet to try and stop vandalism and so-called graffiti. Anyway, let's go on to the next point. Okay guys, so the next reason is that Thornden doesn't care about coronavirus, and the way they have handled and are handling it is atrocious and a risk to people's health. This is showing how they let a huge group of most likely 100 people or more stay in a group with no masks or social distancing of any kind. You can see the only few people wearing masks out of the amount that are not, okay? So of course there's only a few compared to the huge amount which are not. As well as this, all these people were stood like this for well over 10 minutes, which would massively increase the chances of spreading the virus. And then of course they had to get shuffled into a small, probably 8-foot wide corridor, okay, which is not ventilated either, so you know what they say. Okay, so Thornden School tried to act like they're coronavirus free and coronavirus safe. However, this is very far from the truth, considering they let this happen every day and don't try to stop it. What is even worse is that they even made a system called the bubble system that in theory should stop year groups from mixing. But people in the huge crowd range from year 7 to year 11. This completely makes the bubble system useless, as in this group the virus was spread between every year group, which would then say it was spread to a year 7, the year 7 will spread it around his year. Okay, instead of if it was even just only year 10 for example, it should in theory only be around year 10. But because the huge amount of people and the range from year 7 to year 11, it will spread between all year groups and send it all over to their brothers and all of their family members, okay? The disgusting part is the fact that they have practically lied to parents to believe Thornden is doing such a wonderful job. This is completely untrue, considering there's been over 6 cases of coronavirus in Thornden from different year groups, of course. The reason they have lied to parents is so the parents don't realise how bad Thornden are handling it and remove the kids from the school to keep them safer. As well as this, if they really cared about preventing coronavirus, why do they still need to have after school detentions, which can be from 30 minutes minimum up to an hour and 30 minutes max? Thornden is known for not being clean. This is because they've been shut down 3 times in the past 3 years, 2 times for norovirus, 1 time for coronavirus. Anyway, let's get on to the next point. The next point, guys, is that Thornden think they can tell you what to do outside the school. This is shown because certain teachers wait outside of school halfway down the road, making sure you do not cross the road or ride your bike without a helmet, as well as various other things like vaping and things that just make the school look bad. So basically, when you leave the school gates, you are no longer under their rules, you're out in public ground. So surely they should not have a say in what you do and what you think. Certain teachers have even been known standing at Anderson's, which is nearly a mile away from school. Thornden School isn't the police, so they shouldn't act like it and try have authority outside the school where they do not have any authority really, they just try to act like it. They pick and choose when to get involved with something outside the school. If it's anything which makes them look bad, like a fight near the school, they will deny it or shift the blame to someone else and say, oh, no, it doesn't happen with us. Okay, this is even showing how they cannot take an opinion or be wrong. Okay, such as the Thornden School exposed number 1 and number 2. They both got took down, okay? None other reason than they use the excuse of defamation, okay? This is because they knew they were wrong and they got exposed and they didn't like it and they tried to deny it and shift the blame. So let's go on to the next point.